And hello everyone, here we are for the episode number 84 of Honkai Star Rail. So, for this one, more story, and I believe in the beginning of every version it's always the same, it's a lot of talking, no worries about it. But it's actually really interesting, and now we have this beautiful character in front of us. Firefly. Is she back? Was she never gone? Was she lying? There are a lot of questions that might be answered. If you check some of the theory videos or explain videos more in details or whatever, you know a bit more or less what's happening. But like rule number one, no one dies in Penacony. No one dies there. The game has been telling you since the beginning. Even before you set foot on Penacony, you died in a dreamscape. But you didn't die because you woke up just right after. If you remember when you were on the train, going to Penacony, you saw Karan. She was asking things to you. You were answering. The first time we saw the red letters. And then, she slashed you. And you woke up in the parlor car. So no one dies in Penacony. So, think about the big circle, okay? That's the whole Penacony. And then, somewhere inside this big circle there is a small circle where the golden hour, or not the golden hour, but like the main part that you've been playing all this time. And when you and Firefly actually went under that, you entered the true Penacony, as she's saying. And when people die, apparently they just go there. So no, Adventuring also didn't die. When he died, it was all acting. All to show that it's impossible to die in Penacony. And Akaran was the one doing it. And in the middle of their conversation, if you go rewatch it, she admits it. Or he proves it, something like that. But, either way, Adventuring had another intent on doing that, on just like letting himself quote unquote die in there. Yeah. So Firefly tells us that we might be on the true Penacony, Land of Exiles, because keep in mind that Penacony was an old prison where you keep the prisoners, and it was changed to be a park. Because of, I'm not too sure about that, but did Akaran send us there? Was something else, someone else? That's the question mark for now. But well, we're back to where it all began. You entered the golden hour from this place. And it is also from here where you will enter the true Penacony. And you just show up like this, after making the player believe that you died. No one had doubts about that. The game makes you enter Penacony, makes you discover it and see how cool it is, introduces you to the best character, and she's beautiful, and then kills it. Just why? What would be the point of that? Making you feel so much empathy for a person and then over. Ting Yun was different. Ting Yun was there since the beginning. Literally before you even meet officially the Wolshianzo. And then she died after. And there was an actual reason for that. Her, besides a huge designing blunder, no reason for that. Anyways.
It is a pleasure to journey alongside you once more. But it's time I laid bare the entire truth before you.
Of course she was lying all the time.
As you might have heard, I also go by another name. Stellaron Hunter Sam.
She was the robot we fight.
I know you have many questions. Do you remember when we encountered death in that strange dreamscape?
Mm-hmm.
When I was caught by that meme?
The meme is the monster.
In that instant before it killed me, I saw the reflection of another dreamscape in its ghastly pupils. So, following the clues in the script, I came up with some theories about the meme. That's why I instructed Silverwolf to issue invitations, drawing everyone to the Dreams Hotel.
Silverwolf is also related to Penacony, even though we didn't saw her once. Not that I remember. She helped someone sneak in Penacony. I forgot who it was, but she basically gave a code that allowed to go through the systems and go in Penacony. So she is related to that. Silverwolf helps people in there. Maybe she has something to gain, maybe not. Maybe she just wants to just give a nice little I swear I can talk. Middle finger to Penacony. It's Silverwolf. It would make sense. Doing it just for the sake of being just because I can. But she is related to Penacony. And I think I even mentioned that even before knowing that too much in details.
I intended to call upon death before you arrived, to solve the riddle using more direct means, and then invite you to join. However, contrary to my wishes, I couldn't defy the script.
The script,
I didn't
it
get
is
a chance to
said
explain it to you.
that way because it's probably linked to what's the name? You know who Kafka is constantly telling, like, he is predicting the future, something like that. There is someone with the Stellaron Hunters, Kafka Silver Wolf Blade, Sam apparently. I forgot the name of the guy, or the Eon, I don't know. But he is the one that gives the script usually. And I didn't give a chance to explain it to you. Gotta see if that's true or not, but it looked a bit like it wasn't supposed to happen as fast as that.
It is how you see now. I was impaled by the bladed wings of death. The heavy pressure of concentrated memoria, miasma, exploded in my mind as if it was actually reality. But after the momentary numbness subsided, I found that my body was absolutely unscathed. I was still alive. And it was just as I thought. I had arrived at a place starkly different from this beautiful dream.
Mm-hmm.
Beneath the dreamscape of Penacony lies another, more chaotic, more primal memory zone.
There you go. Land of the Exiles. The true Penacony.
Land of the Exiles. And so, again, I returned to the hotel in the dreamscape, hoping to tell you of its existence. Yet I could not reveal my own identity. So, I could only divert your party's attention and lure you away from the battlefield. And after all my attempts proved futile, it wasn't until not long ago when a crimson blade of light shattered the high wall of the dream, causing you all to fall far into the abyssal depths of the dreamscape, that I was able to awaken you and your companions one by one.
Because we are on the Land of the Exiles.
That's all that's happened so far.
By the way, they introduced this. The only thing that's missing is the option to get a little joystick so you can use like mouse only. And actually send a request to HoYoLab about that.
I know.
Because I
it's tough
like
to
just
believe
laying
all
back
this
and
without
just using one hand.
reservations. I just want to say, you are very close to the final answer. Just one more thing needs to be done. And then I can prove it to you. Now, let's leave this place. Please close your eyes. Take a deep breath and visualize the dreamscape's outline in your heart. And remember, you must not open your eyes at all times. 3, 2, Don't be afraid. The one who has come to greet us has arrived.
After pressing strange and think, memory crashed into your chest. Burning or ravaging your conscience with scare paper. So okay. She impaled us. So we can get down. Resonate. Your head's beating the same rhythm. Telequiet and regular ripples into existence. She doesn't want us to know that she killed us in a way.
Never knew you could do this. Do you have a driver's license?
I do.
That is surprising.
Why? Because this is Japella, the city of sins?
No, it's nothing.
It's out of the character, that's just it, say it.
Just thinking that you haven't slept in 20 system hours. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine. I'll survive. Same goes for you.
I'm not so sure about that. Slow down a bit.
Infiltration is over. Feel free to activate Sam anytime you'd like.
There's still some time before the next part of the script unfolds. Let me stay a little longer in this body. Such a long tunnel. Didn't feel this long when I set off.
In half a system hour, it will lead us to Kafka. And then comes the downfall of the Japella Brotherhood.
Is that also part of the script?
I don't know the
It's
Japella
in
Brotherhood.
too.
Sorry. I didn't notice.
Their destiny won't change just because of your selective ignorance. I told you before, it's a bad habit.
What about you then? Is this the moment you finally find the death you've been looking for?
As always, it's a blank slate. It's not on this planet. Why the sudden inquiry?
Because I'm currently in a car with a sleep-deprived driver. I just want to get there in one piece.
This car has full self-driving capabilities. I'll just put my hand on the steering wheel. Will that do?
Hey, don't take everything so seriously. Elio would always say there's only
That's it,
one
Helio.
type of
I was about to look his name on my phone.
the inescapable type. He can see the future, and we, likewise, are aware of our predetermined end. But before that moment arrives, we
Helio.
can still choose what we do. We all have this right, don't we?
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history, and the Everflame Mansion will take its place. In the not-too-distant future, you'll receive an invitation. That's your next stop.
That's where she goes to Penacony. Yep.
Penacony.
I hope you find whatever you seek there. Be it answers or salvation.
So one, remember that she has a condition that makes feel like her body is vanishing or something like that. And that the dreamscape helps her with that. But also, there is a theory that she knew the Trailblazer, the character that we are playing, before he was a Trailblazer. Or like, when he was a Trailblazer before we woke up because of the Stellaron. Because what Kafka put in our body was a Stellaron. And before that, we might have knew each other. That's why her face was so relieved when she saw us for the first time. Theory. Not sure if it's completely proved, I think not. Clock Studio theme park.
Glad to see you're safe and sound.
And she's here. And that's not quite the theme park, actually.
Close your eyes. This is the answer. Isn't it incredible? The monster that we have always known as Death
The meme.
is actually the guardian of the land of the exiles. It abides by a certain rule. Abducting people from their dreams and bringing them here.
The question that has been perplexing us, does
No,
death really
it doesn't.
exist in the dreamscape, appears to be a cognitive trap.
Mm-hmm.
It was laid by those orchestrating events from the shadows to cover up the truth behind the disappearances and the existence of this fortress known as Dreamflux Reef. Every emergence of that meme is related to the Watchmaker. Since Dreamflux Reef is where it brings its captives, it's likely that many of our long-standing questions will be answered in this place.
The atmosphere here is starkly different from the beautiful dream. There are no regulators here like the family. And they all look like they're mildly dazed. But from the whispers of the residents, they've heard a familiar name. Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
It's that man again. Always in the right place at the right time. Though that does save us the trouble of looking for him. Himiko and March have already made a move. Get ready. We're about to set off.
Then let's go.
The real dreamscape, the land of the exiles. Before we go, should we speak to everyone first?
Nope, that was not what I meant to do. This place. You can tell it's still Penacony. Because of the way it is. But it's different. Dreamlocks Reef. Not to me. By the way, my A! I trigger both? Where is the adventuring buff? Bastards! Okay. But my team, I've been mainly using this. It's not bad, it's like a lot of follow-up attacks to trigger Adventurine's follow-up attack. The only thing is that the team lacks a bit of damage and requires some setup. So I need to change Black Swan, I think. Which, by the way, I'm gonna do this already. And they finally do this, they did this, having 4 columns so you can have a team like this, and also there, so you can change between teams. I'm trying to do this, but like, oops. Yeah, as you can see by the levels and the traces, not quite. That I've been using for the Echo, Memory Echo Zone, the thing that you can do 3 times per week. That's also not a bad team. And that's more consistent version of this one because Ratio is a carry. Topaz would be really good there instead of Himiko or Black Swan, but I like this team. And by the way, trace-wise, Himiko is the only one that likes those two. The rest is all set up, unless I use Ratio instead of Himiko. So yeah, the team itself is nice to play. So let's talk to them first.
I'm really sorry for waiting until now to tell you everything. 2 reasons. First, the script. In the future that Elio saw, Sam and the Astral Express's confrontation was inevitable. I tried to break the shackles of the prophecy, but this is as far as I could go. That aside, there were also my personal motives. I wished to travel with you as Firefly, and not Sam.
So, this questions me even more on, is she Firefly that can transform into Sam, or Sam that is disguised as Firefly? And by the way, personal motives. So one more arrow pointing at that theory that I mentioned you about we knew each other before. Because the Astral Express existed far before the Trailblazer, of course. Emiko restored it. And we might have known each other. So I think personally, it's still hard for me to accept. About Sam, no, it's okay to be honest.
Thank you.
So, what's the piece of the legacy? Yes, what legacy? The Watchmaker's legacy. There are a million theories about this shit. What is the Watchmaker's legacy? No one knows. Maybe the Watchmaker's legacy is where we are. Maybe it is an object. Maybe it is a Stellaron. Maybe it is a person. Maybe no one knows for sure until the game reveals so. So, I'm gonna put on the table the theory that makes this the most sense to me about this. Do you remember who Misha is? The shy boy, blue hair, when you came to Penacony, the boy that looks like cleans the floor, helps with the luggages. Yes, that little guy, that side character that no one pays attention about. There are a million people saying, theorizing, of course, that he might be Watchmaker's legacy. So one of the most credible theories was, we came to Penacony and Pom-Pom told us that there were 3 Trailblazers, or ancient Trailblazers, that stayed at Penacony. One of them was a mechanician, whatever, repairman. And he helped build Penacony that is filled from the Stellaron. The Stellaron, by the way, are seeds that the god of destruction, the nuke, spread on the world and that caused chaos. That's why there was this huge cold wave on Eurillo. That's why there was a huge beast that attacked Herta space station. That's where we absorbed the Stellaron piece. That's why the tree. That's why the tree overgrow on Gianzo. And maybe that's why we can see Clocky and other people don't, because we have a Stellaron inside of us. And if it's that so, Misha can see too, right? Would make sense. So why is Misha related to this person? They believe... He mentions a lot his grandpa if you go check on the game's details. So who is his grandpa? The guy, yes, the repairman, that gave him the task to take care and repair the Stellaron to just keep Penacony working with no problem. So we might learn a lot from those 2 lines. That about my question, this about what I just told you about.
Only gave me one instruction. Allow the Astral Express to pursue the Grand Legacy. It means that the Watchmaker's legacy holds great significance to trailblazing.
Maybe.
And to you.
Grandson?
Helios scripts used to revolve and expand around certain specific Stellarons.
Maybe the Stellaron is the legacy.
This condition has apparently ceased to be appropriate. Perhaps he also saw the impossible in the future.
That doesn't answer.
Do you still remember
Not that I
medical
think.
cabin I told you about? Well, that's Sam. It belongs to the Iron Cavalry of Glamoth's Firmament Frontline. A Firefly Type 4 Tactical Heavy Assault Mech.
Tactical
It is the
assault
cradle
mech.
of my vitality. And the meaning of my birth. And for the longest time it was how I I should have looked to the rest of the world.
So that is an armor that keeps her alive? But yeah, by the way, strategic assault mech.
The
Or something like that,
dreamscape
I
of Dreamflux
forgot to
Reef
read.
differs from reality. So we mustn't lower our guard. You're sensitive to Memoria. A slight misstep. And you could get lost in this memory zone.
Welt.
Something on your mind? Let's-
Oh
During
fuck!
your investigation,
I forgot to read
you
the
shared
question.
A vital piece of information.
Ah,
Hale, the former watchmaker who collaborated with the family to construct the Penacony we're
there you go.
familiar with today, had a falling out with the family for specific reasons.
Mikhail, Misha, Mika, Mikhail.
But this is precisely where the problem lies. You were clearly investigating a murder, so then why, as a security officer, is he changing the subject to talk about his past with the watchmaker? And now, with
Okay, we are talking
Firefly
about
mentioning
Gallagher.
his name again, it's hard not to be suspicious.
Yeah. And then he revealed to Sunday that he built himself from different members of the family, pieces of members of the family. It's really weird, but yeah.
No wonder Miss Acheron is so averse to drawing her blade. It's hard to imagine such terrifying power could reside in an ordinary sheath. If it weren't for the fact that Aventurine's power originated from the preservation, the entire dreamscape would have been affected. Don't feel burdened by this. Even without that Stellaron inside you, Aventurine would still have found other methods to accomplish his goal. Let's just believe in Miss Acheron. And given her prowess, I don't think we've got anything to worry about.
It's really weird.
Before we found you, she'd already revealed her Stellaron hunter identity and shared a lot of information. Who would have thought that the Molten Knight's true identity was actually a young girl? For her, this is a secret that she cannot allow others to know. That being the case, I think we can believe she's willing to cooperate.
Now that we have a token to
But
change, just in case she
wouldn't
fucks up.
reveal all her secrets. I just can't shake the feeling that her situation is different from that of the typical dreamer. And I hope that doesn't lead to any dangerous predicaments. I hope
Weird.
you need a little composure. We'll move out when you're ready.
Even here. This trash bag is mine. But his sounds different. Still a lot of weird things happening, huh? Okay. Right. Right. Maybe there is.
Keep going straight down this alley and it'll lead to an elevator. It'll take us to the center of the land of the exiles.
What the fuck? It's not weird at all. Okay. So that's the way to go. Right. Can you let me go up or...
Did you also get kicked out of the... Tell me what I should do.
Okay, people don't know how to deal with this. Which is normal. You came from a dream to this. Map. Ah! Mm-hmm. Okay. Nothing else here?
Hi there, friend from a... I hear the Watchmaker's legacy is right here. Let's say we...
Let's all agree that we didn't saw anything, okay? Is he taking a shit? Okay, that's dark. That's a bad joke, okay. And that's all for now, guys. Thank you one more time for being there with me for another episode on Honkai Star Rail. We got a big opening for theory crafters and storytellers and whatever you want to call it to actually elaborate more on the theories, to know if they were right, if they were wrong, what was happening. So yeah. Anyways, go check the channel that I'm gonna put in the comments. It's a really good channel explaining a lot of what we don't understand about Pensacola and from most of what I know. Give her some support and she'll appreciate. Anyway, guys, thank you one more time for being there with me for another episode on Honkai Star Rail. We see each other for the next one. Until then, consider leaving a comment, a like on the video if you like it, or a dislike it if you didn't. But never forget about it. Stay the way you are. You're amazing. And see you guys